Sitaram, His Holiness Pandit Hari Prasad, devotees present here physically, viewers online, and to our viewers on IETV. We at Gyandipak Kirtan Mandali would like to warmly welcome each and every one of you on this, the sixth and final night of our Ganesh Yagya 2023. As we prepare ourselves for collective devotions, I now pass you over to Guruji, who will guide us on our individual journeys within through tonight's discourse. Thank you, and Sitaram.
Thank you very much, Savita. Bole Sri Gajanan Swami ki jai. Devotees, blessings to each of you who have joined us on this the final night of our journey. Tomorrow we have mentioned that is our Visarjan, so we are more or less concluding our sacrifices here at the Gyandipak this evening. This evening I would like to do our devotions a bit differently from what we have done in previous nights, in that not too much of any kind of lengthy discourse, any philosophy and so on, just praying and trying to meditate, visualize that wonderful form of Gajanan Swami. So we are going to do our normal journey, worship of Gajanan, Devi and Bhagwan Shankar, and then there must be some words of advice, and I will put to you different forms of Gajanan that you can meditate upon to achieve great successes in life. There are many different forms of Gajanan, so depend upon time, we will choose a few of them. But on this final night, I want to begin with the Ganesh Kavach. We have worshipped Gajanan. We have full faith and confidence on this aspect of divinity. And we are surrendering ourselves to Him, as we say, for His protection. As I mentioned previous night, that Lord, He is present everywhere. As He Himself mentioned, He is the inner witness, the inner consciousness in every one of us. The various stotras, they ask that Lord to protect us from the east, from the west, from the north, from the south, from up, underneath. But they don't say protect us from inside. Why? Because Ganesh is already inside. It's up to us to tap into that inner energy. So devotees, the Kavach, as I said, time and again, is like an armor that protects us against all negativities. All negativities. If I am well covered up with this armor, so to speak, nothing can pierce this what may seem to be an impenetrable armor. But the thing is that I can chant it. It's there, I'm giving you the pieces of the armor put together. But if you don't put on the armor, then what does it do? It's just an exercise in reading for me. So in other words, I'm saying to you, focus, identify. The Kavach seeks the blessings of the Lord on our eyes, on our ears, the organs, sensitive perception, our head, our heart, entire body, inside out. Now, enemies are not only in the form of persons. Enemies can also be illnesses. Different problems that can arise from within. You know, when I pray to my Lord, ask Him to destroy all enemies, what enemies am I talking about? I don't know the enemies in the outside, I don't know, they may know themselves. But the enemy within, anger, hate, lust, greed, jealousy, rivalry, all these negativities we have been speaking about, illnesses in various forms, negative energies, I ask that, Lord, let that energy be positive in me so that all negativities can be neutralized. So understand, I'm saying this because I want you to concentrate on you and the inside, not on the outside. You may think that this one is your enemy, that one is your enemy. When you pray and think about that one, then that one is taking the place of God. That one is in your mind, not Ganesh. Understand good what I'm saying to you. If you focus on the enemy on the outside in the form of people, they are in your mind, not Gajanan. You might as well pray to them. So this is why I'm saying withdraw the mind from everything external and focus on the inside. And you know what? When the internal energies are powerful, the external negative energies will have absolutely no effect. No effect. This is where we mistake, we make mistakes. We think, correct the outside. Fight on the outside. I firmly believe when you fight the inside fight, you strengthen inside of here, there is no need for an external fight. The biggest fight is the one inside of here. Because as we sit here, I'll be saying night after night, the mind strays, negativity is creeping into the mind, where the enemy is. Right inside of you. Yeah? So devotees, I just thought I'll mention that because I've been trying to get you to internalize. If you do not internalize, that's just extrovert on the outside, very little can be achieved. Very little can be achieved. So you're on your own. Right? Just remember that the stotra I'm going to do, the kavach, is for you, your entire body, even for your family, the near and dear ones, those who are near you, those who are not near, all. We have that attachment to them, that bond, that bond with them. So this energy is directed towards even all those who are near and dear. Forget the enemy. Focus on the positives, on the inside. Devotees. So, Ganganapataye Namah. Simple. And that mantra, remember, is very powerful. Just Gang alone is so powerful. We are saying Om Ganganapataye Namaha. Recite. Om Sri Ganeshaya Namaha. Sri Saraswatyay Namaha. Ad Ganesh Kavacham Gauri Uvach. Eshoti Chapalo Daityan Balyepi Nashayatyahu. Agre King Karma Karteti Na Jani Muni Sattama. Daitya Nana Vidha Dushtaha. Sadhu Deva Druha Khala. Atosya Kante Kinchitvam Rakshartam Badhum Arhasi. Munirubacham. Dhyayet Singha Gatang Vinayak Mamum. Dik Bahu Madhi Yuge. Tretayang tu Mayur Vahan Mamum. Khat Bahukam Siddhidam. Dwapare tu Gajananam. Yoga Bhujang Raktanga Ragam Vibhum. Turiye tu Dvibhujam Sitanga Ruchiram. Sarvarthadam Sarvada. Vinayakam Shikhang Patu. Paramatma Paratparaha. Ati Sundaraka Yastu. Mastakam Sumahurkataha. Lalatam Kashyapah Patu. Bhuyugam tu Mahudaraha. Nayane Bhal Chandrastu. Gajasyas Toshta Pallavao. Jihvang Patu Ganakrida. Chibukang Girijasutaha. Vachang Vinayakah Patu. Dantan Rakshutu Vignaha. Shravanau Pashapanistu. Nasikang Chintitarthadha. Ganeshastu Mukham Kantham. Patu Devo Gananjaya. Skandhau Patu Gajaskandha. Stanau Vigna Vinashanaha. Hirdayang Gananathastu. He Rambo Jataram Mahan. Dharadharah Patu Pashrav. Prishtang Vignahara Shubha. Lingam Guhyang Sada Patu. Vaktatundu Mahabalaha. Ganakrido Janu Janghe. Uru Mangala Murtiman. Ekadanto Mahabudhi. Pado Gulfo Sadavatu. Shipra Pasadano Bahu. Pani Asha Prapurakaha. Angulischa Nakhan Patu. Parmahasori Nashanaha. Sarvangani Mayureshu. Vishwabhyapi Sadavatu. Anuktamapi Yat Sthanam. Dhumraketu Sadavatu. आमोदस्त्वग्रतः पातु प्रमोदः पृष्ठतु वतु प्राचां रक्षतु बुद्धिश आग्नेयां सिद्धिदायकः दक्षिणस्याम् उमापुत्रो नैऋत्यां तु गणेश्वरः प्रतीशां विघ्नहर्ता व्याद् व्यायव्यां गजकर्णकः कौबेर्यो निदीपः पायाद् ईशानामीशनन्दनः दिवाव्यादेकदन्तस्तु रात्रौ सन्ध्यासु विघ्नहृत् राक्षसासुरवेताल ग्रहभूतपिशाचतः पाशाङ्कुशधर पातु रजः सत्त्वतमः स्मृतिः ज्ञानं धर्मं च लक्ष्मींश्च लज्जां कीर्तिं तथा कुलं वपुर्धनं च धान्यं च गृहदारः सुतान् सखीन् सर्वायुधधर पौतान् मयूरेशो वतात् सदा कपिलो जाविकं पातु गजाश्वाद्विकतुवतु भूजपत्ते लिखितपेदं यः कंठे भारयेत् धारयेत् सुधि न भयं जायते तस्य यक्षरक्षपिशाचतः त्रिसन्ध्यं जपते यस्तु वज्रसारतनुर्भवेत् यात्राकाले पठेद्यस्तु निर्विघ्नेन फलं लभेत् युद्धकाले पठेद्यस्तु विजयं चाप्नुयात् ध्रुवम् मरणोचातनाकर्ष स्तंभः मोहनकर्मणि सप्तवारं जपेत् एतत् दिनानाम् एकविंशतं तत्तत्फलमवाप्नोति साधको नात्र संशयः एकविंशतिवारं च पठेत् तावद्दिनानि यः कारागृहगतं सद्यो राज्ञा वध्यं च मोचयेत् राजदर्शनवेलायां पठेत् एतत् त्रिवारतः स राजानं वशं जित्वा प्रकृतिश्च सभाञ्जयेत् इदं गणेशकवचं कश्यपेन समीरितं मूर्गलाय च तेनाथ मन्दव्याय महर्षये मह्यं स प्राह कृपया कवचं सर्वसिद्धिदं न देयं भक्तिहीनाय देयं सधावते शुभम् अनेनास्य कृता रक्षा न बाधास्य भवेत् क्वचित् राक्षसासुरवेताला दैत्य दानव संभवाः इति श्री गणेश पुराण उत्तरखंडे गणेश कवचम संपूर्णम ओम शिवतनय वरिष्ठम सर्वकल्याणमूर्तिं परशुदशन कंधे शोभितं मोदकेन अरुणकुसुममाला ब्यालमंबूजनेत्रं मम हृदय निवासं श्री गणेशं नमामि। ओम नमो गणेभ्यो गणपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो व्रातेभ्यो व्रातपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो गृत्सेभ्यो गृत्सपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो विरूपेभ्यो विश्वरूपेभ्यश्च वो नमः। ओम नमो व्रातपतये ओम नमो गणपतये नमः प्रमथपतये नमस्तेस्तु लंबोदराय एकदंताय विघ्ननाशिने शिवसुताय श्री वरद मूर्तये नमः। ओम श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं ग्लौं गंगणपते वर वरद सर्वजनं मे वशमानय स्वाहा। ओम गंगणपतये नमः। Devotees, we put our voices together. जय हो मूषकवाहन जय शिवनंदन प्रथम वंदना। जय हो मूषकवाहन जय हो मूषकवाहन जय शिवनंदन प्रथम वंदना। जय शिवनंदन प्रथम वंदना। पार्वती तनया सिद्धि विनायक पार्वती तनया सिद्धि विनायक Sharanam Sharanam Vignaharanam Sharanam Sharanam Vignaharanam Jai Shivanandana Prathama Vandana Jai Shivanandana Prathama Vandana Jai Ho Mushakavahan Jai Ho Mushakavahan Jai Shivanandana Prathama Vandana Jai Shivanandana Prathama Vandana Parvati Tanaya Siddhi Vinayak Parvati Tanaya Siddhi Vinayak He Siddhi Vinayak He Siddhi Vinayak He Siddhi Vinayak Parvati Tanaya Parvati Tanaya Siddhi Vinayak Sharanam Sharanam Vignaharanam Sharanam Sharanam Vignaharanam Jai Shivanandana Prathama Vandana Jai Shivanandana Prathama Vandana Gajanana He Gajanana Om Gajanana He Gajanana Prathama Naman Ganaraya He Prathama Naman Ganaraya Gajanana He Gajanana Om Gajanana He Gajanana Prathama Prarthana Sri Ganaraya Prathama Prarthana Sri Ganaraya Lambodara Ganaraya He Lambodara Ganaraya Gajanana He Gajanana Gajanana He Gajanana Gajanana He Gajanana Boli Shri Gajanan Swami Ki Jai. Devotees, the journey continues. We worship Ma Devi. Now, as we have explained, remember, Rishi Gajanan, Tvam Muladhar Shitosi Nityam. You have a permanent abode in the Muladhara Chakra. And in the Muladhara Chakra, who resides? As we mentioned the first night, that cave Kundalini, Shakti, personalized energy. And to get into the cave, we have to go through Gajanan. All this we explained earlier in the yagya. So when we perform these actions, glorifying Gajanan, Devi Shiva, it is in an effort to get into that Muladhara, inner energy, that vortex of energy at the base of the spine, to identify with Mata. And it is said the mother knows who the father is. So when I identify with Mata, the Divine Mother, she takes me to the Father, Shiva. It's a journey. Yeah? It's not just singing for singing's sake. We say it's devotion. Devotees, it is a journey. Inward journey. Now, this is not the first time I'm saying this, and I would like that to believe that devotees are understanding this and getting into that inner journey. So, we concentrate on Mata. Mata Kundalini, Ma Kundalini, dormant, asleep in most of us, Muladhara Chakra. But we are surrendering to her because she is one and only, all-powerful. So, Bhavani Ashtakam, you all know that line that you're going to say, O Mother, Gatistvam, Gatistvam, Tvameka Bhavani. O Mother, you are my sole refuge. I know none else. And I go to none else. I'm surrendering to you. So I would like to believe we have gone through the Ganesh principle, getting into Muladhara, surrendering to Mata. Gatistvam, Gatistvam, Tvameka Bhavani. Visualize Mata. Om Ad Bhavani Ashtakam. Na Tatu na Mata, na Bandhur na Data, na Putru na Putri, na Brityu na Bharta. Na Jaya, na Vidya, na Vrittir Mamaiva.
Gatistvam, Gatistvam, Tvameka Bhavani. Gatistvam, Gatistvam, Tvameka Bhavani.
Bhavabdhava Pari, Mahadukha Bhiruhu, Papata Prakami Pralobhi Pramattaha, Kusansara Pasha Pravadha Sadaham.
Gatistvam, Gatistvam, Tvameka Bhavani. Gatistvam, Gatistvam, Tvameka Bhavani.
Na Janami Danam, na cha Dhyana Yogam, na Janami Tantram, na cha Stotra Mantram, na Janami Pujang, na cha Nyasa Yogam.
Gatistvam, Gatistvam, Tvameka Bhavani. Gatistvam, Gatistvam, Tvameka Bhavani.
Na Janami Punyang, na Janami Tirtham, na Janami Muktang Layang Va Kadachit, na Janami Bhakting Vratang Vapi Matar.
Gatistvam, Gatistvam, Tvameka Bhavani. Gatistvam, Gatistvam, Tvameka Bhavani.
Kukarmi, Kusangi, Kubudhi, Kudasaha, Kuracharahina, Kadacharalina, Kudrishti, Kuvakya, Prabandha Sadaham.
Gatistvam, Gatistvam, Tvameka Bhavani. Gatistvam, Gatistvam, Tvameka Bhavani.
Prajesham Ramesham, Mahesham Suresham, Dinesham Nishitheshwaram Vakadachat, na Janami Chani Sadaham Sharanye.
Gatistvam, Gatistvam, Tvameka Bhavani. Gatistvam, Gatistvam, Tvameka Bhavani.
Vivade Vishare, Pramade Pravase, Jale Chanare Parvate Shatru Madhye, Aranye Sharanye Sadamang Prapahi.
Gatistvam, Gatistvam, Tvameka Bhavani. Gatistvam, Gatistvam, Tvameka Bhavani.
Anatho Daridro, Jara Roga Yukto, Mahachina Dinha, Sada Jaja Vaktraha, Vipattau Pravishtaha, Pranashtaha Sadaham.
Gatistvam, Gatistvam, Tvameka Bhavani. Gatistvam, Gatistvam, Tvameka Bhavani.
Iti si Matshankaracharkritam, Bhavan Ashtakam Sampurnam, Om Prathamam Shailaputri cha Dvitiyang Brahmacharni, Tritiyang Chandagantiti Kushmanditi Chaturkam, Panchamam Skandamatiti Shashtam Katyayaniti cha, Saptamam Kal Aratriti Mahagauriti Chashtamam, Navamam Siddhi Datri cha Navadurga, Prakirti Taha, Om Tatsat, Namaschandikayai. We glorify Ma. जय जग जननी जय शंकरी जय भुवनेश्वरी गज गौरी जय शुभकरणी जय वरदायिनी जय शुभरमणी त्रिशूल पानी जय जग जननी जय हे शंकरी जय जग जननी जय हे शंकरी जय भुवनेश्वरी गज गौरी जय भुवनेश्वरी गज गौरी जय शुभकरणी जय वरदायिनी जय शुभकरणी जय वरदायिनी जय शुभरमणी त्रिशूल पानी जय शुभरमणी त्रिशूल पानी जय जग जननी जय हे शंकरी जय भुवनेश्वरी गज गौरी जय भुवनेश्वरी गज गौरी जय शुभकरणी जय वरदायिनी जय शुभकरणी जय वरदायिनी हे जय वरदायिनी महा जय वरदायिनी हे जय वरदायिनी जय शुभकरणी जय शुभकरणी जय वरदायिनी जय शुभरमणी त्रिशूल पानी जय शुभरमणी जय शुभरमणी जय शुभरमणी त्रिशूल पानी जय जग जननी जय हे शंकरी बोली सियार शक्ति जगदम्बा माता की जय। मृत्युंजय भगवान दीन दयालु कृपा सागर भक्त वत्सल। So devotees, Shiva, Bholenath, symbolizing the substratum of all substrata. Everything emanates out of that, goes back into it. And as we have been hearing time and again, Lord Shiva removes the stresses from his devotees. He is Mrityunjay Bhagwan. Mrityu, death. Mrityunjay, victory over death. He protects us against all negativities. So tonight I want to do the Mahamrityunjay Stotram. We have been doing job every day, and we do this specifically for all those amongst us who are not too well. Otherwise, those of us where this broadcast may be reaching, wherever, conscientiously we pray for the benefit of all. And the simple line that you're going to chant, you remember, Namami Shirisa Devam Kinno Mrityuhu Karishyati. Namami Shirisa Devam Kinno Mrityuhu Karishyati. So you will say it twice when we come to that line. At this point, visualize Bholinath. Matang Mukh Mahaganapati. He is Shankar Shivam. That Shankar is the base. But not forgetting, not to confuse you, that remember we have said that Matang Mukh Mahaganapati, what is different between he and Shiva? In the absolute sense, both of them, they represent the same concept of infiniteness, one without a second. Sagunbaram, when they manifest with qualities, specific qualities we concentrate upon. So in this case, Mrityunjay Bhagwan, we pray for protection to overcome all negativities, all these illnesses that, terrorizing mankind on all sides. Pray, devotees, pray for yourselves. And it's very strange that some of us may be ill and we don't even know. Not too long ago, a young person got married, and by the time the Friday of that very same week, she died. This deadly disease, and she didn't even know. Cancer. These are real situations, country. So you see, devotees, everybody is vulnerable. Everybody. We do not know. We do not know. This is why we appeal to that one who knows everything, who is the indweller. So, while I do a few of the stotras at the beginning, the mantras, Om Trayambakam Yajami, recite in your minds as we visualize Mrityunjay Bhagwan. Om Mahamrityunjay Stotram. Ummasya Sri Mahamrityunjay Stotram Mantrasya. Sri Markandeya Rishi Anushtup Chandha. Sri Mrityunjayo Devata Gauri Shakti. Mama Sarva Rishta Samasta Mrityu Shantartham. Sakal Aishwarya Praptyartham Cha Jape Viniyugaha. Atadhyanam Chandra Arka Agni Vilochanam Smitamukham. Padma Dvayantah Schitam. Mudra Pasham Graksha Sutta Vilasat Paning Himanshu Prabham. Kotindu Pragalat Sudhapa Lutatanum. Haradi Bhushojvalam. Kantang Vishwa Vimuhanang Pashupating Mrityunjayam Bhavayit. Om Rudram Pashupating Stanum Neelakantham Umapatim Namami Shirisa Devam
Kinno Mrityu Karishyati. Namami Shirisa Devam Kinno Mrityu Karishyati.
Neelakantham Kal Murting Kalagyang Kalanashanam
Namami Shirisa Devam Kinno Mrityu Karishyati. Namami Shirisa Devam Kinno Mrityu Karishyati.
Neelakantham Virupaksham Nirmalang Nilaya Prabham
Namami Shirisa Devam Kinno Mrityu Karishyati. Namami Shirisa Devam Kinno Mrityu Karishyati.
Vamadevam Mahadevam Lokanatham Jagadgurum
Namami Shirisa Devam Kinno Mrityu Karishyati. Namami Shirisa Devam Kinno Mrityu Karishyati.
Devadevam Jagannatham Devesham Vrishabdhvajam
Namami Shirisa Devam Kinno Mrityu Karishyati. Namami Shirisa Devam Kinno Mrityu Karishyati.
Gangadharam Mahadevam Sarvabharana Bhushitam
Namami Shirisa Devam Kinno Mrityu Karishyati. Namami Shirisa Devam Kinno Mrityu Karishyati.
Anatha Paramanandam Kaivalya Padagaminam
Namami Shirisa Devam Kinno Mrityu Karishyati. Namami Shirisa Devam किन्नो मृत्यु करिष्यति
स्वर्ग अपवर्गदातारम सृष्टि स्थिति विनाशकम
नमामि शिरसा देवं किन्नो मृत्यु करिष्यति नमामि शिरसा देवं किन्नो मृत्यु करिष्यति
उत्पत्ति स्थिति संहार कर्तारम ईश्वरम गुरुम
नमामि शिरसा देवं किन्नो मृत्यु करिष्यति नमामि शिरसा देवं किन्नो मृत्यु करिष्यति.
Continue to recite Mrityunjay mantra in your minds. Om Markande Kritam Stutram Yapathe Shiva Sannidhav Tasya Mrityu Bhayang Nasti Nagni Chaur Bhayang Kvachit Shatavatang Prakartabhyam Sankati Kashta Nashanam Shuchir Bhutva Pathet Stutram Sarva Siddhi Pradayakam Om Tavatastvat Gata Pranas Tvachittuham Saramida Iti Vigyapya Deveshang Taram Vyakhyam Manum Japit. Repeat after me. Mrityunjay Mahadev
मृत्युंजय महादेव
Trahi Mam
त्राहि मां
Sharanagatam
शरणागतम्
Janma Mrityu
जन्म मृत्यु
Jararogaiha
शरारोगय
Piritang
पीड़ितं
Karma Bandhanahe
कर्म बंधन
Om Namah Shivaya
नमः शिवाय
Sambhaya
सांभाय
Haraye
हरे
Paramatmana
परमात्मन
Pranata Klesha
प्रणत क्लेश
Nashaya
नाशाय
Yoginang
योगिनां
Pataye Namaha.
पतिये नमः.
And as I've asked you to do, you just cross your hands, cross your bosom, you focus on all your limbs, entire body. Om Hrim Shrim Hrim Hrim Raha Hana Han Daha Daha Pacha Pach Grahan Grahan Marya Marya Mardaya Mardaya Maha Mahabhairav Bhairav Rupena Dhunaya Dhunaya Kampaya Kampaya Vignaya Vignaya Vishveshwara Chobaya Chobaya Katu Katu Mohaya Humphat Swaha Iti Mantra Matrina Samabhishto Bhavati Om Iti Sri Markande Purane Markande Kritam Mahamrityunjay Stotam Sampurnam Om Nagendraharaya Tilochanaya Vasmangaragaya Maheshwaraya Nityaya Shuddhaya Digambaraya Tasmai Nakaraya Namah Shivaya Om Mandakini Shalar Chandana Charchitaya Nandishwar Pramatnat Maheshwaraya Mandara Pushpa Bahu Pushpa Supujitaya Tasmai Makaraya Namah Shivaya Om Shivaya Gauri Badanabja Bala Suryaya Dakshadhvara Nashakaya Sinila Kanthaya Vrishabdhvajaya Tasmai Shikaraya Namah Shivaya Om Vasishta Kumbhur Bhava Gautamarya Munindra Devarshati Shekharaya Chandra Ark Vaishwanarti Luchanaya Tasmai Vakaraya Namah Shivaya Om Yagya Swarupaya Jatadharaya Pinakahastaya Sanatanaya Divyaya Devaya Digambaraya Tasmai Yakaraya Namah Shivaya Om Karpura Gauram Karunavataram Sansara Saram Bhujagendraharam Sadavasantam Hridayarvinde Bhavam Bhavani Sahitan Namami Om Har Har Mahadev Om Har Har Mahadev Om Har Har Mahadev Om Namah Shivaya Boliye Shri Umapati Mahadeva Ki Jai. Bhagavan Shankar almost always in dhyan, deep meditative processes. We want to attract him. This in a personal level. I have gone through Gajanan. I have made communion with Mata. Take me, Uma. Take me to Bholinath. Visualize Shivji Maharaj. Nandishwara He Nataraja Nandatmaja Hari Narayana Narayana Shiva Narayana Narayana Shiva Narayana. नंदीश्वरा हे नटराज नंदीश्वरा हे नटराज नंदात्मज हरि नारायण नंदात्मज हरि नारायण नारायण शिव नारायण नारायण शिव नारायण नंदीश्वर हे नटराज नंदीश्वर हे नटराज नागवदन नमः शिवाय नागवदन नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय नागवदन नागवदन नमः शिवाय नागस्वरूप नमो नमो नागस्वरूप नमो नमो ॐ नारायण हरि नारायण नारायण शिव नारायण नारायण शिव नारायण नंदीश्वर हे नटराज नंदीश्वर हे नटराज नागवदन नमः शिवाय नागवदन नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय नागवदन 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 नमः शिवाय नागवदन नमः शिवाय ॐ 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 नमः शिवाय नागवदन 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 नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Naga Vadana, Naga Vadana, Naga Vadana, Namah Shivaya. Naga Swarupa Namo Namo. Hey Naga Swarupa Namo Namo. Om Narayana Hari Narayana, Narayana Shiva Narayana, Narayana Shiva Narayana. Nandishwara He Nataraja, Nandishwara He Nataraja. Boli Shumapati Mahadev ki jai. Devotees, so we have more or less tuned in ourselves. As I mentioned, it's a journey that we are on. And this journey, if we really master it, it is the ultimate. There is no better journey than that. Now, to master this journey, a lot of things we have been saying will have to come into practice. The big problem we have is that the senses stray. They go in all different directions. And because the senses go towards the external world, it is difficult, if not impossible, to tap into the spiritual world. So, when we worship Gajanan, Gajanan symbolizes a state of wisdom, discriminative power, the power of differentiation, to gravitate towards that which is real, discard that which is unreal. So devotees, Brahmanan, the great poet and sage, he has given to us words of wisdom. And once we speak of wisdom, it's about Gajanan. So don't believe Gajanan is only with the elephant head and the human body. This is why I'm giving you different ideas. Wisdom, Gyan, Gajanan. But the wisdom relates to every one of us in a personal way. So Brahmananda is saying, Sadhu dekha charaj bhari, Sadhu dekha acharaj bhari. Now Brahmananda is saying, Sadhu dekha, look, some very, very mysterious things are happening all around us. Great mysteries. I shall explain to you, O Sadhu. Listen. Sadhu dekhaya charaj bhari, Sadhu dekhaya charaj bhari, Sadhu dekha acharaj bhari. गगन बीच अमृत का कुआं, गगन बीच अमृत का कुआं, झरे सदा सुखकारी, झरे सदा सुखकारी. पंगु पुरुष पुरुष चढ़े बिन सीरी, पंगु पुरुष चढ़े बिन सीरी, पीवे भर भर झरी, पीवे भर भर झरी, साधु देखय चरज धरी। Sadhu, up in space there is a pond which is filled with amrit, nectar, that substance that gives eternal life. No stairways leading up to that pond. Very strange, the crippled man, he reaches to that pond, he drinks his fill to gain eternal life. But men with legs were crippled. They couldn't reach. They could not reach that pond, O Sadhu. Dekha Suraj Bhari, amazing. Listen. Bina bajaye nish din paji, बिना बजाए निश दिन पाई, घंटा शंख नगारे, घंटा शंख नगारे, बहरा सुन सुन मस्त होता, बहरा सुन सुन मस्त होता, तन की खबर विसारी, ओ तन की खबर विसारी, साधु देख अचरज भारी। साधु बिना बजाए निस्दिन बाजे, without any players being seen, divine instruments were played. Bina bajaye nisidin baje, on a daily basis, that vibration, musical vibration was there. Ghanta, shank, nagare, these are the instruments. Ghanta, shank, nagare. But you know what's strange, Sadhu? That deaf man heard those sounds, telling the whole world, listen to those sounds. But most amazing, those with ears were deaf. They didn't hear. They couldn't hear. Sadhu, dekha Suraj Bhari. बिना भूमि के महल बनाया, बिना भूमि के महल बनाया, तह में जोत उजारी, तह में जोत उजारी, अंधा देख देख सुख पावे, अंधा देख देख सुख पावे, बात बतावे सारी, बात बतावे सारी, साधु देखय चरज भारी। Sadhu, a beautiful palace built in space, no foundation, most brilliantly illuminated, but no source of illumination. The blind man saw that, telling the world, look. But who would believe a blind man? Especially those who had eyes, but were blind, they couldn't see. Amazing? Listen, Sadhu. जीता मर कर के फिर जीवी, जीता मर कर के फिर जीवी, बिना भोजन भुजन बलधारी ब्रह्मानंद संत जन बिरला ब्रह्मानंद संत जन बिरला समझे बात हमारी समझे बात हमारी साधु देखय चरज भारी साधु देख अचरज भारी साधु देख अचरज भारी जीता मर करके फिर जीवे devotees Brahmananda is saying, O sadhu, there is that which doesn't die, but nobody nourishes it. Nobody pays attention to it. And there is that which dies, which is perishable. And everybody gravitates towards that, only to be disappointed in the end. That which doesn't die, no nourishment, no food, nothing at all. That which dies, well nourished and everything, but it dies. And that is what people gravitate towards, to lose out in the end. Brahmananda is saying, O sadhu, samjhe baat hamari. Do you understand my words? Samjhe baat hamari. Try to understand my words, Brahmananda is saying. And devotees, what is he understanding? Now, where is that pond in space? Not in the sky. That pond in space is in the head. In the head. Are there any stairways going into your head? No stairways going there. So what Brahmananda is trying to tell us, as I've been saying for the whole week and ad nauseum whenever, the journey is inside. So this pond in the head, no stairways leading up. The crippled man reaches to that pond. He drinks his fill to attain eternal life. Members' legs were crippled. Meaning what? Simple. Devotees, to go to this pond, you have to sit quietly. You have to stabilize yourself. Right? Another bhajan, Brahmananda nicely put it. You know, you want to find that Lord? You want to very, very find Him? This is what you need to do. A rolling stone gathers no moss. Knocking about all over the place, you cannot stabilize. This is what is meant by the crippled man. He stabilized himself. Baita asan jama karke. Tyaga man ke vicharon ko. Dekha bhrikuti mein andar se chamakta hai jab tara. You have to sit down quietly, stabilize yourself. This is a yogic technique. Go inside. No stairways leading up to your head. But men with legs, meaning, who knocking about, you could go inside your head. Because you are caught up in the external world. Everything on the outside attracts you. And devotees, through meditative processes, even through devotion, when you go up to this point, as we mentioned, go up to Shiva, the pole of greatest awareness within the brain, certain hormones are created which run down the bloodstream, enter the bloodstream. That is what we call the Amrit, the ambrosia that brings eternal life. It is internal, not external. Not external. So I want you to understand this as best as you can. And this is why, you know, we sit quietly, we focus, we stabilize. If you notice in Ashtanga Yoga, Yam, Niyam, Asan. You have Yam, forms of self-restraint, Niyam, positive virtues. I mentioned to you previously, that is from the yogic perspective, the representation of Gajanan. Getting rid of the obstacles, difficulties. You know what many of us want? Sit down and pray, give Ganesh 21 laddu. Baba, I have problem, come remove my problem. And if Ganesh is going to come and remove your problem. You think that's going to happen? Keep on trying. If you understand what I'm telling you, devotee, it is the solution to life's problems. When these problems arise, you won't have to run all over the place like marans, seeking help here, asking this one, asking that one. Internalize, and all the solution is there. We don't want to do that. So we run like marans all about, and you have plenty waiting to catch you. You know, I call them vultures waiting to trap you, simply because you're very much extrovert. Outside, you're taking things in a physical sense when everything is within you, controlling the senses, stabilizing oneself through pranayam, yoga, asana. You have yam, niyam, asana, pranayam. Devotees technique, even in devotion you can maintain this. You sit quietly to pray, pranayam, breathing, life is breath. Devotees, check and see where you're going. And if you want to know how to concentrate, devotees, simply, you know, focus on your breathing. Yeah? Different forms of pranayam given to us. I have mentioned Devi Bhagavad gives us one pranayam, the ratio 1 to 4 to 2. Pranayam has three parts of it. Purak, Kumbhak, Rechak. Purak, you inhale, inhalation. Now, if people don't realize there's something wrong with you, you breathe in all these years and you don't know how you breathe in. Inhalation, retention, and exhalation. Now, most people inhale and exhale. There is no retention. Kumbhak. Now, devotees, in a part of yoga, this is the key. I explained to you all Hanuman Jayanti Day, when Hanuman went to swallow the sun, the story telling us, the breeze stopped blowing. Then all the devatas come running because they began to strangle to give Hanuman power. Devotees, I put it to you that that represents a yogic technique, pranayam. When you withhold the breath, inhale and hold it, kumbhak, all the devatas, the organs in the body, all the different energies, you harness them, and they become subservient to you. Subservient to you. Devotees, pranayam is so very important. And you know, just to mention, there's a correlation between your breathing and your heartbeat. All you know that? Huh? The more you breathe fast, the faster your heart beating, killing yourself quick. All these techniques are given. You start praying, Ganesh Baba gave me good health. Go on to pranayam naman. We're begging for good health. You're praying for good health. Pranayam, all these practices help us. Even how you sit. Right? That allows certain energy flow within the body. Asana is important. But devotees, how many of us maintain proper asana? When we are told to sit straight, you know why? Because the spine, there were the chakras run up, kundalini. Why you see in animals that go across, kundalini doesn't rise? Because the animals go longitudinally. Kundalini has to rise up, not, latitude, up, vertical. So when we prostrate, hang down all sides, where kundalini going? Kundalini even going up, sleeping more. And you sleep away too. And then you want to know, how come we're not achieving anything? You know how come? You're not doing what you're supposed to do the right way. Because most of our practices become psychological now. I do a puja, once I fly the flag, are good. Right? Whatever happened, but devote is personal journey. Personal journey. Yeah? Now, as we get older, things become more difficult, but everything is conditioning. When I mention this, I remember my father. At the age that he was almost 80, he would sit like this and wouldn't even move. And if you notice, I twist and turn whole time. He would sit one place. That perfect control, that mastery over his body. Now, when I tell you these things, I'm not putting for you too, it's for me too, it's for all of us. This is where we need to go. You focus on your breath. Devotees, inhalation, retention, and exhalation. All right? So what it is, if people want to really focus, start worrying about anybody business and who this and who that, sit down and concentrate. How are you breathing in? How long that inner breath is? You keeping it up? How fast you letting it go? Focus on that now. Why you want more people business? And when you can concentrate on that, on the breath itself, then you can give it some direction. You inhale, you can control the breath. Breath is life. You can control life through breathing. Okay? All this is Ganesh, the wisdom. Yeah? This is why exercise is good. We mentioned all that. Because when you exercise and so on, the lungs get exercised. The breathing becomes better. But for older people who can't run in the savannah and thing, sit down quiet, one place now, man, right, and stabilize. It makes no sense. You sit down quiet in body, but your mind jumping like monkey all over. Then there is no stillness. When I say, Baita asan jama karke, tyaga man ke vicharon ko. Let go all nonsense from the mind. And I'm telling you how to do it. Put your mind on your breath to start off with. You can put your mind on a mantra, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. You say Om Namah Shivaya, but your mind gone again. All you know that. So devotees, technique, breathing. So you can try this pranayam. When they say 1 to 4 to 2 is a ratio. Inhalation, we're looking at a count. If you inhale for one count, that's very short, right? You hold it up for 4 counts, and you release for 2 counts. That is the 1-4-2 ratio. Now, I've given people this to do already. They say, Baba, I'm good. Yeah, try it. I'll try it. If you do it properly, no problems otherwise. You can't just try it and if I do to poof, poof, poof and expect. You have to sit down and practice. It's a technique you have to master. And devotees, the more you can concentrate and build this, like a count 1, 2, 3. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Hold it. 4 times 3 is 12. Hold it for 12 counts. Keep the count going. And then exhale for 6 counts. 1, 4, 2. 1, 4, 2. And when you exhale, you breathe in again immediately. You don't stay without breath. Who stays without breath when you breathe out? Who stays without breath? All you know? No? All of us, anybody die yet? Huh? When they die, what do you hear? The breath gone. All you know that? So staying without breath, when you exhale, no breath, that's like dead body. And who doing it? You're dead, but you're killing yourself. Devotees, 1-4-2 pranayam. It helps to concentrate. It helps you to focus the mind. Right? And then there's a spiritual thing about this. When you can do this and you master that breathing, you can now do it with mantra. They call it sagarva, with mantra. And then think about the kind of powers you activate, you know. No, but you know, devotees, sometimes when I'm saying these things, I kind of woke up on them. Because when I realized nobody want to do this kind of thing, you want God come and do something for you. We're lazy. Sorry for shouting so much. I'll put the Ganesh Baba, he will come help me. Hanuman Baba, come and move this poet. All this stupidness inside of you. Self-discipline, self-control, which is what we need to have. So devotees, I could just say it, you know, and try it for myself. I could talk, you know. So the pranayam, you have to know, and you focus on your breath. If you're concentrating, for how long you check in? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, and you go. And you build up your lungs. And then from 3, you could go to 4, to 5. But you extend it. Devotees, breath is life. And you know something? Why you think you breathe in, devotees? You're taking in oxygen. You're taking in energy. Right? The person doesn't breathe properly, you're sick. You're sick. So devotees, when you can stabilize like this, pranayam, I'm putting it to you, it will help you stabilize. And if you focus on that breath, you'll be amazed. But patience. Simiti, simiti, jal bharahita lava. Rome wasn't built in a day. Somebody go 1 week and feel you should get everything in life. Go ahead, picks up. Impatience, perseverance. Continue it. So those of you who are interested in your own development, intellectually, spiritually, physically, health-wise, all how you can develop with this. This pranayam was given by Devi Ma to Himalaya. And again, it's all free. Yeah, how to build up yourself, how to reach a different level. If you want to do that, but you have to make the effort. And this is not so easy. To get up in the morning time, Parkya Lota Dhar, hey Ganesh Baba, I will see you next week. That's easier to do than to sit down and do pranayam. You ain't taking that much from me. Once you get water, no? Once Vasa give you water, Parkya Dhar and you're gone. But when you sit down and you have to control your breath, focus, that is energy you use in, that is focus you have to have, that is self-effort. But that is where benefits come. So devotees, stabilizing is important. Stabilizing. And when I say stabilizing, note I'm saying, it's not only physically. You could sit down straight so, proper asana, but your head like a Lasco fan spinning all side. You watching, see who watching you. Yeah? Observation. My observation. Okay? So devotees understand what stillness is. So when the crippled man reaches to this point, this is what he means. He has stabilized. Nothing distracts him. He's on the inward journey. But men with legs, knock about. Go ahead. You go pilgrimage India. I mentioned this how many times. Dock in the Ganga, feeling cold, come back and spend 3 hours in the sari shop. That pilgrimage. Knocking about. That not pilgrimage? Who you fooling? Sitting down warm place and stabilizing. That is tapasya. All of you realize how hard it is to run quiet? How hard it is to sit down quiet? And I'm seeing it, way back in the past, no Chinese temple. Everybody sit down flat. All them sit down, the young sit down straight and upright and so on. Be passing a time, have the temple have chair. And people, iron all, right? Sit down in the chair, watch it going flat. Empty. People can't stand flat again anymore. And not condemning it, what I'm saying with the passing of time, what happens to us? The human body. Unless we discipline it. And I use an example of my father, that how he, 80 years he was when he died, yes, all late 70s, my age also, sitting down perfectly correct, perfectly still. And we young fellas, not even his age, twisting and turning all how we say. He saw us, what happened all the way? Like something digging on you, some discussion on you. He would talk, devotees. But discipline, he disciplined himself. If there is no self-discipline, how are you going to find God? How are you going to find that Lord? So devotees, this is the first part. Bait asan jama karke, right? Stable yourself, focus, go to that point. So devotees, this is where physical movement is concerned, and that ultimate state of ecstasy, stabilization, this is yoga. Brahmananda is saying, music is being played on a daily basis, divine instruments, but no players were seen. Do you know that there's music in the atmosphere? Now, if you hear chutney, you hear any music. Hear tasa, I hear any tasa. I ain't talking about that. You have ahat and anahat nad. There are gross sounds and subtle sounds. What Brahmananda is trying to tell us, that the subtle sounds, we need to listen to them. The gross sounds, turn away. Most of us, if not all of us, listen to the gross sounds. Subtle sounds you won't hear. And devotees, whenever I bring up this point, I could remember my days in UV when we had to do a book review on the book they call The Pearl. The Pearl. Right? And I could remember one fellow named Juanito and one Coyotito, is he baby and whatever else. Little piece I could remember. And the author of that book, very smart. And he writes, and there's the music of death. The music of death. What kind of music is death? Death music. Huh? Koi la kare chaturai? Or Pandit Nirmal Ramayana record? That death music, right? No devotees. Vibrations. Not gross sounds you hear. I'm sure many people have got this feeling. I feel something going to happen. You feel it. You can't express it. Right? It's not a physical hearing. This is why Brahmananda is saying, the deaf man heard those sounds, but men with ears were deaf. In the atmosphere, devotees, subtle vibrations exist, but you have to tune in. And I always marvel at when in Indonesia they had that big tsunami. All you can remember? Or short memory. When that wall of water going back into the sea, humans, people, all them going into the sea. Look, water going back. What? Where the animals were going. Next direction. Running for their life. Man have a higher sense of intelligence. Who more stupid there? These people gone, so the water come back. Not thousands die. Not an animal was killed. Now, we're supposed to be the highest form of creation. But devotees, we dull ourselves by how we live. When I mention sometimes the inner light, it is even the crook, the bandit. There's a bushel over it, so you can't see light coming out. But what I say, instead of removing the bushel, you're casting concrete over it. It's not even a real light could come true. This is what I mean by we dull ourselves, dull our senses. Not realizing man is the most perfect, transmitting as well as receiving set. Everything is there for us in the atmosphere. The devotees, when we are blind to it, to what Brahmananda is saying, the blind man, the deaf man heard it, but men with ears were deaf. Because men with ears were listening to the gross sounds, the deaf man was listening to the subtle sounds. And what? Ghanta, Shank, Nagari, the subtle vibration of the universe devoted. Some claim you can hear the Basri of Bhagavan Sri Krishna. You can hear Damaru, dimik, dimikadim, dimik, dimikadim. You go deeper down, there's a buzzing sound like the bees, a nahat nad. The sound continuous, a buzzing, that pulsation of the universe. Who could hear that? When a custom chutney and this tasa and all them thing in your head, you will hear subtle nad. You have to transcend that. But this is the problem. The sounds are there. We can guide ourselves. You know where you're going. You know what you're feeling. You know what to expect, etc. Devotees. It's in us. It is in every single person. Telling you that. If Bhagavan Ganesh, he is the inner consciousness. All the powers in us. But we cover in everything. This is what we're doing, devotees. Brahmananda saying there's a palace in space, no foundation. Brilliantly illuminated, but no source of illumination. And the blind man saw that, telling the world. But who would believe a blind man, especially he who have eyes and didn't see? Devotees, all religions speak about this divine palace. It's a divine state. People who have after-death or near-death experiences, they all come back saying they see a light. Brilliant light. They know where the light coming from. There is that dimension, devotees, referred to as the palace of the divine, divine sight. You cannot see that with the physical eyes. You have to be blind to the physical world. Surdas, that blindness. He was seeing that divine sight. When we see just now again, बैठ आसन जमा करके त्याग मन के विचारों को देखा भ्रिकुटी में अंदर में here look inside here and automatically devoted, if you reach to this point, you see this beautiful palace. Chamakata hai jab tara, chamak, brilliant, amazing on all sides. It's difficult to express how it's not a physical thing. It's a journey. But it means you have to control the physical sight. Don't get caught up in stupid thing, you know. Lady gone puja devotees, doing arti. Two of them stand up there. Two of them stand up there. Om Jai Jagadish. That's very nice, eh? Hare Swami Jai. She bite nasil. Buy one, get one free. And you doing arti. Yeah, you pulling them out? Yeah. Don't tell me these things don't happen, you know. Devotees, you know it and I know it. I know it more than you. I've been around for so long, seeing it all over the place. You know, what is manifested. Sometimes you say nothing, but you know, sometimes it's good to make the point so people understand. This is what we do. And we say, you know, we're praying. No devotees. So in other words, control of the sight, control of the hearing, control of all the senses. Pull in the senses from the external world. Let it focus. Go inward. Like the tortoise, pulling into all its limb, hard shell on the outside. You're totally oblivious to the external world. That's what Hanumanji represents. When he sits at Sri Ram's feet, the world to the back, he sees Sri Ram's feet only. That is where we need to. And devotees, you know what? Many people won't want to do that. I will lose my house, I will lose my money, I will lose my car. Let me tell you something. When you put your gaze on the feet of the Lord and spirituality, you know what? Everything comes unasked. You're not go craving for nothing. And importantly, whatever comes, these things don't bind you. They don't bind you. Like a lotus extracting all its impurities from the river pond, but there's immortal purity. So you in the world, extracting all that you need, but totally unaffected. Totally unaffected. Yeah? So devotees, this is what we are being told to do. If we don't have that control, nothing is going to happen for us in a good way. What dies? And people nourish it too bad. Well, of course, you nourish the body. So you have to have good diet. You have to have balanced diet. You have to do this, you can't eat that, you can't eat that. Take good care. Polish up, shine up your teeth and hair and thing. Yeah, everybody wants to see how they're looking. What about Atma? So even when we come to pray, what are we nourishing? Most times we nourish the body, not the soul. But the body dies, the soul is eternal. So we are grasping at straws again. The body is merely a shell, devotees. Merely a shell. And if you really want to see go wrong, I mean, we say go to the cremation site. Right? See what happens here. Certain places in India, animals eat the body. What is the body? The body is food for other animals. But you, the real individual, inner consciousness, Ganesh, eternal. Eternal. And if you can identify with that, life would really, really have totally different meaning. So devotees, all the Ganesh Puja we do and so on and so forth, all these things we offer, you know, it's good. Nothing is wrong. But what we're saying is that don't get caught up too much in this. These things represent something deeper. They're supposed to represent an inner journey. I don't know how else again to put this. An inner journey that will take me away. It's strange. You know, when I say you offer modak to Ganesh Baba, right? Now we offer laddu. The laddu is not modak, right? Laddu is a substitute for modak. Why do we offer modak to Ganesh as we say? You think Ganesh hungry? Devotees, the interpretation is that Ganesh takes away all those things that distract his devotees. That's what modak is. All the things that distract his, all those things of attraction that pull you away, Ganesh Baba takes it away. So when I say that now, I'm hoping tomorrow people still come with laddu one thing. But next thing, you don't want to lose what you're enjoying, so no laddu for Ganesh. Yeah? You see, we do this in that understanding. You think you're feeding Ganesh. Ganesh no hungry. That offering takes away all the attractions that I said. Those things that bind us, that cause us pain. Ganesh takes it away. Same thing, Kalima, tongue hanging out. Was she licking blood? She licks up all the negativities of her devotees. Symbolism you have to understand. All those things that bind us. The same money, the same land, the same, all these material things that bind us, they take away all that. Look, Kalima, having that head in her hand. What is that head? That head represents Rakta Bij, the seed of desire. The sword she carries, Santosh, the sword of contentment. She cuts off the head of desire. Go back to that story. When we do Devi Yag, we might talk about this. If one drop of that blood fall on the ground, another one identical would spring up. That desire. Right? I want a car. I get a car. I had to get a dulhin to put in the car. When I get a dulhin, I had to have children in the back seat. You understand? From one to the next, to the next, to the next. One desire leads to many more. That is what it symbolizes. Where there's contentment, Kalima cuts off the head of desire, Rakta Bij, to free her devotees. See what it means? So if all of don't want that to happen, stop worshipping Kalima now. Yeah? You see, it's different to what it means from what people believe it means. And in nonsense they do. In Kali Mata name. Hindu symbolism is Jaina devotees, but the understanding of it. And all of us need to understand. And I don't want to say bet you, but you know for yourself. Many of us right now are uncomfortable because I want certain things and I can't get it yet. I'm unhappy because I can't get it. Certain things should be in a certain way, it can't be so yet. Check and see. Desire killing us. Right? Everybody knows that. For devotees, wisdom is important. When you know what you need, you get. You surrender to that Lord. He is one and only infinite master. And as we keep saying, he needs nothing. But he cares for us if we surrender to him. He cares for us. And devotees, sometimes when you're going through a real problem in life, you want to know God care or God dead. And we have asked the example. You use the example. If a child has a boil in his hand, and that boil is causing the child pain, what the mother would do? Let him mind the boil? She would hold him down. burst it, squeeze out everything, because she knows that when all the impurities come out, the child will be freed from pain. Yeah? You believe in the Lord like that, when the problems come, this is what He's doing to us. Right? The boil is here, right? He's squeezing it out. We have the pain, but don't give up. Even the child must scream, but the mother knows, mother's compassion. Out of compassion, she is doing that. But no, many of us think God against me. God punishing me. God this. God like He dead. And you want to pray to God? We don't understand the philosophy of life, devotees. And this is Ganesh Yag. Let's get the right understanding. Every little problem we may have, karma, yes, part of it, but that Lord is testing us. And if I believe in that Lord, I worship, I surrender to that Lord, nothing is bad. Whatever that Lord is doing for me is the best for me. It's just I blind. I can't even see next moment. Can I see next year? Hindsight is 2020. But notice what I say. We must pray to the Lord, surrender, and let the Lord take charge. And if whatever He does, painful or not, it is beneficial to us. All this is part of devotion. Which devotee you ever know had a happy life? Everyone suffered. In any religion, look at it. Everyone suffered. The suffering is a way of preparing you. And to use your analogy, you get gold. Before gold could become jewel. You heat it, you beat it, you bend it, you scrape it, you do all kind of things with it, and you make it into a jewel. The Lord is fashioning us into jewels when we have our problems and difficulties. But remember say, once you pray into Him, don't live like a bhaksh and expect that it's true. When you live like a, carelessly, you don't pray, problem take you, you gain it. Your karma coming back to haunt you. But once you pray to surrender to our Lord conscientiously, you depend on Him, you believe in Him, whatever happens, devotee, is for our good. Believe me. Okay? And if you have this attitude, you don't stress out. You don't become anxious. You don't become depressed. All these negative emotions that affect us in society today. Okay? It all stems from us, not outside. Okay? So devotees, this Ganesh Yag tonight, I see I won't give you too much gigant philosophy and thing, but I can't help it. My whole idea is that let us have a better life, a better quality of life. And don't sit down and expect Ganesh Baba to do it for you. Make the effort, everybody. Self-effort. God help those who help themselves. And this is how we help ourselves. We need to get into that journey, to get rid of the external covering, to tap into that inner consciousness, Gajanan. Okay? So devotees, visualize that in the minds, focus upon it. And I will do just one dhyanam here. So, I want you to visualize, if you can, Ganapati, and there is what they call Shakti, Ganapati Shakti. These two together, devotees, visualized this form. See if you can, but it's strange, the Devi is green colored. All ever see a Devi green colored yet? So I'm hoping that when people come back and tell me they dream a lady, they will tell me, she had on green clothes, Guruji. So they will say that Devi come. People have overactive imagination, Devotees, so that Shakti is sitting on the lap of Ganesh. Try to visualize that. She is green in color, right? And let's focus if you can. Yeah? And this form is referred to as Shakti Ganapati. Shakti Ganapati. Om Alingya Devi Haritanga Yashting. Paraspara Srishta Kati Pradesham. Sandhya Rupang Pasha Sruni Pahantam. Bhayapaham Shakti Ganesha Mide. Ganapati is crimson in color. I meditate upon the Lord Ganesh, Lord Shakti Ganapati, the destroyer of fear, who is embracing tightly the green complexion Devi, and whose complexion resembles that of the setting sun, and who is holding noose and rod in his hands. I prostrate to that Ganapati. We visualize Siddha Ganapati. This Siddha Ganapati, golden in color. Ganesh Baba has different colors based upon, what we think about. So Siddha Ganapati. Om Patshatuta Phala Pushpa Manjari. Ikshu Danda Tilamoda Kahisaha. Udvahan Parashu Mastu Namatem Namaha. Sri Samriddhi Yuta Hema Pingalaha. Salutations to thee, O golden complexion. Siddhi Ganapati. Siddhi Ganapati. Ganapati who brings perfection, success, fulfillment. Thou endowed with wealth and prosperity. And what you have, adorning a ripe mango, bunch of flowers, sugar cane, sesame seeds, sweets, and axe in thy hands. Axe, an axe. He carries these things. And this is why devotees, these things are used in Ganesh Puja. You know, these various offerings. All will have its own significance. So that is Siddha Ganapati. And the final one I want to put, Vigna Ganapati, obstacle. Now he is golden in color also, right? And you will hear when we read how many hands he has. Om Shankekshu Chapa Kusumeshu Kuthara Pasha Chakrah Swadanta Suni Manjari Kasha Radyahi Panisrutahi Parisamihit Bhushana Srihi Vigneshwari Vijayate Tapaneya Saraha. I adorn that Ganapati, he who sunk sugarcane, flowers, a dagger, rope, wheel, a tusk, hook, a bunch of tender leaves, and durba grass, dub grass in his hands. So he has 10 hands. And who shines gloriously with the splendor of ornaments. That Vigneshwara, the essence of all lights, is ever victorious. He is the essence of all lights, the source of all illumination, Gajanam. So devotees, they have different forms of Gajanam based upon if we want to tap into any special power. Okay? So meditation is also very, very good. So when we spoke of pranayam, you get into it, you master it, and devotees, if you can visualize Gajanan together as you master it, any form of Gajanan, that is meditation. That is meditation. You get lost in it, absorbed in it. Okay? So devotees, so much to say, so much we have said, so much more yet to be said. But a little bit, if a person, as I said, a seed, plant it, you get a whole tree, many fruits. So whatever that has impacted upon you, take it seriously, but understand the main point we are making. Try to get inside and tap into that inner consciousness that is Gajanam. You can't go wrong. You wouldn't go wrong. Okay? So, everybody on your own. Bole Sri Gajanan Swami ki. We'll make preparation for the final Havan. And while it's being done, devotees, we will do a simple Kirtanam again. Yeah? Are you there with me? Or Pilgon Samadhi? Ram Krishna Vasudeva Achyut Ananta Nilakanta Mahadeva Sridhara Ananta Ram Krishna Vasudeva Achyut Ananta Ram Krishna Vasudeva Achyut Ananta Nilakanta Mahadeva Sridhara Ananta Nilakanta Mahadeva Sridhara Ananta Ram Krishna Vasudeva Achyut Ananta
Ram Krishna Vasudeva Achyut Ananta
Gopi Janodhar Radha Lola
Gopi Janodhar Radha Lola
जनोधर राधा लोला
गोपी जनोधर राधा लोला
भक्त जनोधर भक्ति गण 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 लोला
राम कृष्ण वासुदेवा अच्युत अनंत
राम कृष्ण वासुदेवा अच्युत अनंत
नीलकंठ महादेवा श्रीधर अनंत
नीलकंठ महादेवा श्रीधराय अनंत
नीलकंठ महादेवा श्रीधर अनंत
नीलकंठ महादेवा श्रीधराय अनंत
राम कृष्ण वासुदेवा अच्युत अनंत राम कृष्ण वासुदेवा अच्युत अनंत राम कृष्ण वासुदेवा अच्युत अनंत ओम गंगनपते नमः स्वाहा श्री गौरी माता स्वाहा श्री पृथ्वी माता स्वाहा पंचलोकपाल देवाय स्वाहा ओम नमो नारायणाय स्वाहा ओम नमः शिवाय स्वाहा ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय स्वाहा श्री सूर्यादि नवग्रह देवाय स्वाहा ब्रह्मग्नये नमः स्वाहा ओम ह्रीं श्रीं चंडिकायै नमः स्वाहा ओम क्रीं कालियै नमः स्वाहा महालक्ष्मी माताभ्यो नमो नमः स्वाहा ओम श्रीं ह्रीं सरस्वत्यै स्वाहा ओम श्री ईश्वरी देवी स्वाहा ओम श्री परमेश्वरी देवी स्वाहा ओम श्री शीतला देवी स्वाहा ओम श्री महाअन्नपूर्णा देवी स्वाहा ओम श्री मंगला देवी स्वाहा ओम श्री चंदी देवी स्वाहा ओम श्री मनसा देवी स्वाहा ओम ह्रीं षष्ठी देव्यै स्वाहा ओम श्री तारा देव्यै स्वाहा ओम श्री षोडशी देव्यै स्वाहा ओम श्री भुवनेश्वरी देव्यै स्वाहा ओम श्री छन्नमस्ता देव्यै स्वाहा ओम श्री भैरवी देव्यै स्वाहा ओम श्री धूमावती देव्यै स्वाहा ओम श्री बगलामुखी देव्यै स्वाहा ओम श्री धूमावती देव्यै स्वाहा श्री मातंगी देव्यै स्वाहा ओम श्री कमला देव्यै स्वाहा ओम सर्वदेवीभ्यो नमो नमः स्वाहा ओम श्री हनुमते नमः स्वाहा सीतारामचंद्राभ्यो नमो नमः स्वाहा राधा कृष्णाय नमः स्वाहा ओम श्री इष्टदेवाय स्वाहा ओम श्री कुलदेवाय स्वाहा ओम श्री अष्टान देवाय स्वाहा ओम श्री ग्राम देवाय स्वाहा ओम श्री इतर कर्म प्रधान देवाय स्वाहा 5 times again श्री वास्तुदेवाय स्वाहा 33 करोड़ देवताभ्यो नमो नमः स्वाहा सर्वदेवता सर्वदेवीभ्यो नमो नमः स्वाहा अनंत स्वरूपाय ब्रह्मणे नमः स्वाहा ओम श्री गुरुवे नमः स्वाहा Off up all? You take out some of the leaf ones already, right? Right. Off up all. Wash your hands. Please all stand devotees. We join together Purnahuti. We concentrate on Bhagavan Shankar. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shambhavaya cha Mayobhavaya cha Namah Sankaraya cha Mayaskaraya cha Shivaya cha Shivtaraya cha Om Namah Shivaya. Om Purnamidah Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Sarvam Vai Purnagvam Swaha. Achman. Om Sarva Papaharam Divyam Gangeyam Nirmalam Jalam आचमनं च मया दत्तं गृहीतां पुरुषोत्तमः ब्रह्मज्ञये नमः आचमनं समर्पयामि. Bow to the flame.
Bole Sri Gajanan Swami ki jai. So devotees will join in final arati, and as is customary, you come for your vibhuti while the final arati is being done.
Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Deva, Mata Jaki Parvati, Pita Mahadeva. Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Deva, Mata Jaki Parvati, Pita Mahadeva. Mata Jaki Parvati, Pita Mahadeva. Laddu ban ke bhog lage, sant kar seva. Mata Jaki Parvati, Pita Mahadeva. Laddu ban ke bhog lage, sant kar seva. Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Deva, Mata Jaki Parvati, Pita Mahadeva. एक दंत दयावंत चार भुजधारी, माथे सिंदूर सोहे मूसकी सवारी. एक दंत दयावंत चार भुजधारी, माथे सिंदूर सोहे मूसकी सवारी. जय गणेश, जय गणेश, जय गणेश देवा, माता जाकी पार्वती, पिता महादेवा. अंधन को आँख देता, कोढ़िया को काया, भाजन को पुत्र देता, निर्धन को माया. अंधन को आँख देता, कोढ़िया को काया, भाजन को पुत्र देता, निर्धन को माया. जय गणेश, जय गणेश, जय गणेश देवा, माता जाकी पार्वती, पिता महादेवा. और चढ़े फूल चढ़े और चढ़े मेवा, सूरदास शरण आयो, सुफल करो सेवा. और चढ़े फूल चढ़े और चढ़े मेवा, सूरदास शरण आयो, सुफल करो सेवा. जय गणेश, जय गणेश, जय गणेश देवा, माता जाकी पार्वती, पिता महादेवा. जय गणेश, जय गणेश, जय गणेश देवा, माता जाकी पार्वती, पिता महादेवा. माता जाकी पार्वती, पिता महादेवा. माता जाकी पार्वती, पिता महादेवा. हरे रामा, रामा रामा, हरे हरे, हरे रामा, रामा रामा, हरे हरे. हरे कृष्णा, कृष्ण कृष्ण, हरे हरे. हरे कृष्णा, कृष्ण कृष्ण, हरे हरे. हरे रामा, राम राम, हरे हरे. हरे रामा, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Shiva, Hare Shiva, Shiva Shiva, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Shiva, Hare Shiva, Shiva Shiva, Hare Hare, Hare Shiva, Hare Shiva, Shiva Shiva, Hare Hare.
We join together, we conclude devotees. Shiva Hare Shiva Ram Sakhi Prabhu Trividhata Panivaran He Divo Ajajameshwara Yadav Pahima Shiva Hare Vijayam Kuru Me Varam Shiva Hare Vijayam Kuru Me Varam Pratidinam Kushalam Jai Mangalam Pratidinam Kushalam Jai Mangalam Mangalam Bhagwan Vishnu Mangalam Gadudbhaja Mangalam Pundarikaksha Mangalayatanu Harihim Om Avahanam Na Janami Visarjanam Pujang Chaiva Na Janami Sammitang Parmeshwara Parmeshwari He Ganeshwara Om Gach Swastheshta Swasthani Parmeshwara Yata Brahmadayo Devas Tatra Gachutasana Labhasteshang Jayasteshang Kutasteshang Parajaya Yesham Indi Varshamo Hridayastu Janardanam Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukbhag Bhavet Om Mantrahinam Kriyahinam Bhaktihinam Ganeshwara Yad Pujitam Maya Deva Paripurnam Tadastumi Om Asatuma Sadgamaya Tamasuma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya Om Gachatvam Bhagwan Agni Swasthani Kunda Madhyataha Hutam Adaya Devebhya Shigra Dehi Prasidame Om Brahm Agniye Vinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Om Shanti 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 Hari Om गर्व से कहो गर्व से कहो गर्व से कहो बोले श्री गजानन स्वामी की, आदिशक्ति जगदम्बा माता की, उमापति महादेव की जय, पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय, बोलिए श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की, बोलिए श्री स्वाहा माता की। Shubhamastu. Blessings to all. Kindly be seated, devotees.
Swagatam or Sitaram. So we have come to yet the end of another wonderful yagya. 6 nights of intense worship and close company of Bhagwan Ganesh. On behalf of Gyandipak Kirtan Mandali, I would like to extend gratitude to those who have contributed to the success of such a memorable occasion. First and foremost, to you, Guruji. You have led us in pilgrimage. The spiritual journey led us closer to Lord Ganesh. Guruji, your unceasing outpouring of grace, patience, and kindness have been the factors that continue to drive each of your chelas along this road of sacrifice. Your words of encouragement has been our strength. Your compassion has kept us steady. For as long as I can remember, Guruji, you have been like the all-enduring earth that always gives and gives so selflessly. Our fulfillment, without a doubt, is inspired by your guidance and vision. In addition, your discourses, we are sure, have ignited in everyone a greater urge to grow closer to Lord Ganesh and an insatiable appetite for a deeper understanding of our religion. We have become enriched in so many ways from the knowledge imparted by you. For this and everything else, Guruji, we are eternally indebted to you. May Bhagwan Ganesh grant you continued health and strength so you can continue on this path of enlightening man on the Godward journey. To Dinesh and Lisa Lokai Singh and Robin, who donated the murtis we worshipped each day, our heartfelt gratitude to you. May Lord Ganesh shower his grace upon you and your family in great abundance. To our audio-visual team, once again, another great job. We thank you graciously for the efficient service that helped build the vibrations and added so much to the peaceful ambience of the yagya. To Dinesh Lokai Singh and his talented decorators, you have so artistically transformed the temple into a holy shrine. Not only transform, but also helped to transport us closer to the divine realms. Our heartfelt thanks to you. May Lord Ganesh grace you with continued success as you continue to use your hands to decorate his places of worship. To our management team, such hardworking individuals who performed their duties quietly behind the scenes, you ensured all preparations were timely and efficient. For yet another time, you have gone beyond the call of duty and exceeded all expectations. Our sincerest thanks to you. To all devotees who made such generous donations, sincerest gratitude and appreciation to you for your support. To our security team who worked tirelessly in ensuring our safety each night, we appreciate your hard work and tremendous effort. Our gracious thanks to you. To all the strotas who performed puja and guided us in worship on this momentous occasion, we would like to thank you for your support. It was truly an honor to have you with us. To the members of Gyandipak Kirtan Mandali, as well as our viewers on IETV and our media platforms, your tremendous support night after night meant much to us. We deeply appreciate all the encouragement that you have showered on us so abundantly. As I end, I'd like to remind you, meals and prasad can be collected at the front as you exit. Once again, I thank all of you, for all of you have contributed to the success of this yagya. As I end, my final wish is that the nightly lessons of Guruji may guide our every step. Dhanyavad Aud Sitaram.
Thank you, Bhavin. Blessings, I endorse your thanks they have expressed to everybody except what they see to me. Not very important, but whatever, the entire committee, very well done. Jai, I want to commend you and the executive for excellent work. A lot of hard work went into whatever to prepare the temple as it is. So to all of you, you know yourselves, right? I'm very happy with this. And as I mentioned to you, you have taken a great burden off my head. I don't have to worry about these things. You know, in times gone by, you had to worry, what are you cooking tonight? How much are you cooking? Who are you cooking for? Micromanaging, no? Yeah? So, I become a cook and all, do. Yeah? But this time, everything was perfectly in order, no stresses whatsoever. And, you know, I really appreciate it. Okay? So we are looking forward to our next yag, which is on the 20th of October. The 20th, I think it is. 15th? 15th of October. Finishing on the, I want to start when you finish. All right. So that's a Devi Yag. And we are finishing on the the Durga Ashtami Day. So coming closer, I'll give you the reasons, you know, the timing and so on. But you prepare yourselves, we ask you to prepare yourselves and come. So that Sunday morning, we'll have no service, the 15th. We're going to begin in the evening with the Yagya. Now, after today, tomorrow morning, we know we are doing the Visarjan. So we invite everybody to come and join us. And you know, for the first time, I think ever, Dinesh, everything in order? Where Dinesh? All right. Everything in order? Huh? Well, now, you might know what I'm talking about, but for the first time, Gandhipa are going to have a music truck. Boy. For the first time, you know, they ask if it's okay, they can get a music truck to accompany the Murti. And no problem, just remember what to say. Right? Or external sounds, no problem. But listen to the internal sounds. So we can have all that, but be unaffected by it. No problem? So we have a music truck. But it won't look good if you have a music truck and a van carrying the Murti and nobody following. All understand what I'm saying? Huh? Simple thing, all can understand why? What we mean is that we want people to come and go with us. Right? So a procession would be nice as we take Ganesh Baba away. Right? We didn't crank up this thing, just happen. Music truck, yes, no problem. Kaveri Murti, yes. But now we need to, you know, I mean, go together with the Murti, be nice. Those of you who could join together with us, make every effort to join, it'd be nice. You can come here, we'll open the car park, you'll park, when time to go, we'll leave and go together. Right? We want to leave here by 7:15. Right, Dinesh? So by 8 o'clock, we'll be there to begin puja. And the formal program will start at 9 o'clock. Proceedings will be carried live on IETV from 8 o'clock. But from 9 o'clock, there's a formal program. We are planning to conclude everything by 11 o'clock because of the heat and so on and so forth, right? And as I mentioned, that meals will be prepared, be packaged for those of you who want to take meals and leave tomorrow, that is, right? So it'll be a wonderful morning. Feel free to come and join us. We look forward to have you joining together with us. And members of the Gyan Deepak, we have satsang tomorrow evening at Orange Valley, 6:30. Orange Field, sorry, 6:30. So all finish already Ganesh chanting and come back home. Take a rest and go to satsang again. And Monday and Tuesday satsang also. I'll tell you all more. Okay? So we look forward to joining together with us. And this evening, Adesh and Sally, they have come from all the way, I call it Suchitris, yeah, to join together with us. We appreciate it very much. And if you look at Adesh, you're going to know that he's Ganesh Vara. Yeah, Ganesh and Adesh. And if you look at two of them closely, you will see the sons of Ramesh and Chan. Yeah? the Kun family, blessings to you all for always supporting Gandhi Park in so many different ways. We really appreciate it. Okay? Amrita, you sat for some previous. We appreciate it very, very much. You have done well. And it's just to give thanks. So, blessings to you. Okay? So, devotees, we look forward to. Oh, somebody asked me, I think Alan was asking whether Sunday morning service is going to continue. Yeah. So, some people feel in Pitru Paksh you can't have service. Pitru Paksh we have to do more service. Right? So, service will continue as usual next week Sunday morning. And the Pitru Paksh is going to begin on Friday. Right? If you're going to work with the timing, right? So those of you who want to offer water and so on, from Friday you can do it. And you know, many questions have been asked, you know. Some people choose 5 days, and today I was asked a question, do you have to start the first day and go for the first 5 days, or you could choose any 5 days you want? And you see all this little kind of confusion, I don't get involved in too much. Do it whenever you want. Now some people say do it from the time Pitru Paksh start. The first 3 days, fast. And offer your water and so on, and then give him gas after. You know what I mean? So get the fasting out of the way. Yeah. Do it whenever you feel devotees. And as a matter of fact, I always say this, I do it for the 15 days. I'm not doing it for my father or for my mother or for whoever. I'm doing it for me. These are debts that I owe, that I have to repay. Understand that? Okay? So your father, mother, they die, okay, wherever they are. This is not for them really. On their behalf, I'm offering thanks to them. I'm offering my gratitude to them for what they have done for me. He who takes without giving is a thief. So think about it now. It's a white collar thief, you know. Right? And other kind of thief. So you collect, you take, and don't give back. This is why Pitru Paksh has been given to us, to repay our debts of gratitude. And devotees is not dead people time. It is to honor the imperishable, those who have gone before with eternal contributions. So I'm suggesting to people, don't frighten. Sometimes you feel Pitru Paksh, dead people time, so everybody dead. No, life goes on as usual. You offer your water, you light your diya, you do your prayer and so on as usual. Right? But it's good to reflect upon the contribution of the ancestors. And I want to add one part. Are you continuing such contributions? Or are you just taking and not giving? Very auspicious time. Pitru Paksh. So Friday it begins. It finishes on the 14th. On the 15th, Navaratri begins. So any further questions, we'll talk about it when service begins next week Sunday. Okay? So devotees, blessings everybody. We won't keep you too long. We have kept you long enough. Adesh, stand up. Sally, I didn't tell you stand up yet, but I stand up. And the mama. Right. Sakal Punch, Sita. Blessings, devotees. We look to see everybody tomorrow morning. Hopefully.